And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. Ooh, hope you enjoyed that lovely brutal OSC as we have returned. We have returned here with our second series of the night. We just wrapped up with our initial TVP with our first match. Clem is waiting for the winner of this series. He's waiting for the winner of this series. Meanwhile, Beyond is waiting for the loser of this series. As we jump into our TVZ, game one is on Hellscape. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have our South Korean Zerg player, the Red Zerg, representing Gaiman Gladiators. It is SHIN. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the Blue Terran player representing Team Liquid. It is Cure. Here we go. And if you're in the chat, you know what time it is. It is Gamba time. Predictions are now open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck in the chat as we jump into our fresh best of three. Here we go. And again, welcome one all to Hellscape. Hellscape is going to be one of the newer maps in the map pool, a larger map as well. I say newer maps in the map pool. Hellscape is a map that was added to, I believe, the Monday Night Weeklies, the European Open Cups. It is an older TLMC map and was recently added to a couple of tournaments, including this one, including the Rex March Madness. I've only casted, I think, once on it. I think it was even last tournament. So, don't have too much experience. Oh, sorry, last night even in Group A. So, I don't have too much experience with it. But so far, I do enjoy it. It's quite a large map, that is true. There's a lot of avenues of attack. It isn't too fortifiable. It isn't too turtly, I will say, compared to Neo Violet Square, Abyssal Reef, King's Cove, compared to some of those more extreme maps, is what I will say. This one a little bit more open, more accessible, and we'll see how both SHIN and Cure will approach this. Let's go. Also, if you're in the chat, predictions are actually about to close. Place your bets while you can, as Gamba is soon to close. Best of luck. Best of luck. Now we are going to be moving out. And we do have our initial standard openers. Hatch gas pull out of SHIN. Likewise, we do have Cure going for his own Rax expand as well. So far, so good. Nothing crazy, nothing wild. We do expect Cure to go for a starport before the CC. Sorry, we expect to see a third CC before starport is what we expect out of Cure, especially on these larger maps. Does decide to move out and back across the map. We do see SHIN is ready. SHIN is ready. Lings are in position. I don't know if you noticed, but there are... I was going to say there are a couple of frame drops in game. Hopefully everything's okay. Okay, it looks like something has come up. So... Oh. Okay, we're good. Oh, good. You know, sometimes the cat jumps on the keyboard. Sometimes, you know, the dog topples over the desk. You know, it happens. It happens. What I was going to say, I don't know if you can see like a couple of frame drops here and there in game. That is merely in game. I don't believe that is affecting the player. The pause was unrelated, but I will try to fix that for game 2. I'll do my best. Sometimes the Korean server is not really it's what I'm looking for. Cooperative. So we'll try to fix that coming into game 2. For now, though, game 1, we should be stuck like this. We're coming into game 2. I will get that VPN sorted. Feels Korean server, man. Until then, though, going to be settling in. Do have initial 111 again before starport. Sorry, before CC. So it's going to be more economic build here, as we have that third CC initially here before starport. With that, Cure is building up. SHIN getting his third base, going to be joining on up, going to be saturating. From here, we can settle it. The dog story was spectacular, though. No. Feels doggo, man. Feels doggo. As of now, we do have our initial Banshee play. So add-ons will be the Banshee. And again, so far, pretty standard. Like third TC, Hellion Banshee is what we expect out of Cure. The goal here is to deny vision. Sorry, deny scouting, deny creep. More importantly, deny the creep here of SHIN to keep him contained, to keep him in between his bases. And so far, so good. SHIN is trying to keep up, trying to avoid any kind of dive. Cure is going to be forced back. Likewise, Shin attempts to scout. Nicely done. Shin, I believe, does get vision here on the tech. Does get vision on the tech lab researching. Not bad. Tech lab is researching, getting into cloak. Shin is aware. Behind this, we should soon be throwing down those spores. It's going to be Lair first. Lair first out of Shin. Here he does rotate. And Shin is trying to keep up. So far, so good. Spores are in production, and as the Banshee comes in, the spore, I believe, is done. Just in time. Just as the Banshee arrives. Honestly, really nice timing. Really nice timing there from Shin. Does finish up that spore. Likewise, Cure is deflected. Behind this, going into Bio, not into Mech. And the next big timing here is going to be at 7 minutes. For now, again, Cure has just been poking, prodding, rotating between the bases, denying creep as best as possible. But when it comes to the main push, we're still building up. Getting to stim, combat shields, 1-1 upgrades, into tank production as well. At around the 7-minute mark, we should be seeing that initial move out of Cure. We'll see if he moves out with his tanks. Cure has the option to keep his tanks at home and get a 4th CC. So we could just see a 4th expansion into a macro game, or Cure can be a little bit more dedicated with his time. As that is going to be 4 drone kills. Nicely done here by Cure. Gets 4 drones. From here, going to be zoned back. Up! As the Lassie doesn't react in time, and the Banshee is going to fall. Nice pick up. Likewise, Cure does dip in between the bases, looking for a way in. Doesn't quite find one. Doesn't quite find one, not yet. So pulling back. So pulling back. Cure going to be rotating out. Again, we spoke about that 7-minute timing. Here it is. We're reached 7 minutes. Here comes the first push, and the Cure, he does move out with that tank. He will keep his Banshee at home to defend, but the Hellion tank does move out. I believe the army's going to finish up in a couple of seconds, so Cure can morph in those Hellbats. Ooh, we do have gas is being taken, an A-rack setup, but it looks like Cure, he should be getting a 4th CC. As the expansion is going to fall. Shin trying to catch reinforcements. Expansion goes down. There are those Hellbats. Hellbats, they have come online. And Shin, he's stuck on 4 bases, trying to get a 5th. 5th base on the way. Bathing speed is done. Ooh, doesn't quite commit. Doesn't engage. And Shin just trying to wait for the army to move on to creep. That's a lot of reinforcements. Yeah, Shin, he can't quite engage. And Cure, he ferries his army across the map. He does reinforce. Now he's got 3 tanks. And this is getting a little bit dire here for Shin. His position more secure. Shin setting up for the surround. And Cure, he is dedicated. Shin, soon to be collapsing in. Cure sims forward. Takes down the Queen and going for the expansion. And Shin, he pulls the trigger. He commits all the way from behind as well. Lings, they flood in. Bailings, they crash into the fire. They zone him away, and the tank count is going to be completely reset. Whew. Yeah, Shin, he will clean this up. And Shin holds. Shin, he holds. Shuts down Cure. I say that. Marines, they do rally in to reinforce. Cure, he can just keep this going, just barely. And Bailings are being denied. Marine reinforcements, they do stim in. There's what, 3 Bailings left. Couple more on the way. There's not that many Bailings, and the Cure, he might just have too much here. As Cure, he is A-Raxing. He is making 12 Marines at a time. It's a 3-base all-in. If you remember, he took a gas geyser, so I assumed he was going to be expanding, but no. He is not expanding. He's not getting a 4 CC. It's all or nothing for Cure. It is the A-Rax. Shin going for a counterattack at the same time. Shin is up against the wall. We'll lose another queen. The queen goes down. Shin, he does get into the mineral line. Not bad. Gets on top of the production. Shin, he has to give up the expansion. Lings, they bust into the mineral line. SCV's going to be going down. Oh, the tech is exposed, though. Kira, can he deny 2-2? He will deny the Hydroden. Hydroden goes down. Meanwhile, that's going to be 20-30. SCV is going to be going down. Kira forced into an all-in. I mean, he was already all-in to begin with, but now he cannot sustain himself. He cannot sustain his production. He has lost 33 SCVs. Plus 2 melee is denied. So it's going to be 2-1 here for Shin. Security still keeps rallying. Still keeps going. Shin, he commits, collapsing on the tanks. And Shin, he should have enough. Yeah, he should barely have enough here. Takes down the tanks, takes down the fire. Zones Cure all the way back. And again, Cure, the all-in, he's run out of steam. He's run out of steam. There is no mining at the National. There's barely any mining here at the third base. So no economy. Cure, he cannot sustain himself. Oh no, the medevacs. The medevacs go down. GG gets called. And Shin takes game number 1. Ooh, GG. GG well played. Shin, he does take a lead in the series. Does take the first game. So I'm just setting up the VPN. Beautiful. But GG well played. Again, Shinny does take a lead. Again, Kira, he was completely all-in. He was going for an 8-rax. That is a 3-base all-in where you don't take both gases at the third base. You don't take a 4th CC. You don't get a second factory. It's just 12 Marines at a time and your tank production as well. And initially, things were working quite well there for Cure, but it all ended when Shin got away with his run-by. Remember, Shin, he went for a massive link counterattack. He was able to catch reinforcements and get into the mineral line. He crippled the economy. If Shin didn't kill 30 SCVs then and there, most likely Cure would have kept going and Cure would have broken Shin. Like Cure, he was trading very well across the map. He was shutting down the Banelings. He was shutting down base after base. He got the 5th. He got the 4th. He was doing quite well with his push. It was just the run-by, right? It was just a counterattack that did catch him off guard. His pants were down, Poppy. The pants were down. And Shin takes a lead. Now we're jumping into game number 2. Going to be on ley lines. Let's go. Jumping into game 2. And we'll see if Kier can recover and force the ace match, or if it all ends here and now. Again, I don't believe that Kier has to resort to things like an 8-rax to take the series, but again, it is going to be on Kier. Till then, spawning in the top right-hand corner of ley lines, we have our South Korean Zerg player, the Red Zerg, representing Gaiman Gladiators, leading the series 1-0. It is Shin. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have as opponent, we have the blue Terran player representing Team Liquid. It is Cure. Also, I see Alexander in the chat. I see Jay as well. Good morning. Good morning. Good to see you. Did see you this morning, or I guess last night, for the HSL for the Hispanic Star League. Now we're back with some Rex March Madness, and we have some more HSL tomorrow. More HSL. StarCraft doesn't end. So players are going to be settling in. Is going to be hatch pull here by Shin. Interesting. So Shin, he's going for delayed gases. Delayed gases. Does he play gasless? No shot. Gasless here in ZvT is a thing on certain maps, but I feel like ley lines is quite risky. Yeah, Shin, he's going gasless. Okay. So hatch pull into a third hatchery should be on the way for Shin, either the linear third or the triangular third base. But another hatchery should be on the horizon. So we go. Queens are on the way. Get into early link defense. We should soon be seeing that expansion. Meanwhile, ranks expand out of Cure. Cure standard opener from the Terran player. And basically, the build that SHIN is going for is quite greedy. It's very greedy here. The downside of what SHIN is doing is no gases. What does that mean? No link speed. No link speed. So SHIN is going to be vulnerable to a Hellion dive. Hellions, they can wreak havoc. They can break through this location here and get into a mineral line, and they can just deal game-winning damage. Potentially, of course. SHIN is hoping here that he's able to defend with purely queens and slowlings to zone away the Hellions and to get away with this greed. Often as well, this should be a roach space opener because the gases are so late. Link speed is often skipped initially, and we go for like a roach warren, and we specifically should wall this area off as well, just to make sure that a Hellion dive doesn't get out of hand. Meanwhile, third CC before starport, economic build out of Cure. SHIN back at home, still building up, pulling into his gases, and just full droning. Droning as we speak. Likewise, should soon be rolling up. We do have a Hellion production continuing, and Cure, he at least gets eyes on the third base. Gets eyes on the third. Takes down that tumor. Nice pickoff. Behind this third CC before starports into add-on swap into Banshee. So the same build, two games in a row here by Cure. I should say it's the same opener. This ended up leading into a three-way solo in last game. It doesn't have to lead into a three-way solo in this time. It doesn't have to. Meanwhile, SHIN, he doesn't go for the Roach Warren, not yet. He does actually go into link speed, but he stays in gas. Does stay in gas. Hellions, they attempt to dive. Hellions are deflected. Reaver goes into the main. Reaver scouts the researching spawning pool. Should be somewhat aware. He's building on more Hellions. And yeah, he's just going for the dive. Yeah, he knows. He knows no link speed. Does go for the dive. We spoke about this. And nice positioning there by SHIN. Oh my god, very nice positioning. Pulls away in time. He blocks off the ramp. Hellions do not gain access to the main base. Boys are being pulled. And with that, the Hellions get locked down. They get only 2 drone kills. Very nice defense here by SHIN. Cure with the Reaper Scout, he recognized how greedy SHIN was being, but Cure, he tried to punish, failed to punish. And with that, SHIN is in a much better position. He has a boosted economy. From here, soon working towards Lair, working towards the mid game. Getting to a 4th base. Meanwhile, the Spore is not quite done. Neither is Cloak. And Cloak isn't done either. Banshee forced back. Cure getting his 3rd CC on location. Getting into his own bio composition. We'll keep an eye on the production to see if he does go for a 3-way all-in once again. There's our lair for SHIN. I will say this is a bit of a later lair. SHIN, he did have the gas for it, but didn't quite invest. He was waiting for extra queens instead. Banshees are looking for a way in. Headed towards the main. They do hit the 3rd instead. Getting a drone. Getting a drone, denying an expansion. Some nice damage here, but nothing too major yet from Cure. He's still just building up his forces, getting ready for that 7-minute timing. We'll keep an eye out for any additional Raxes. So far, he is getting that first gas geyser here at the 3rd base, similar to the previous game. He's on 5 Raxes so far. We'll see if he throws down another 3. Or if he throws down a command center. Oh. Do you see what I see? Same build? Okay, I mean, I'll be honest. I don't think Cure has to rely on 3-base all-ins. I'll be honest, but okay. That's 3 more Raxes. What is that? An A-Rax. It's going to be an A-Rax. This is the same build from last game. Right now we're making 8 Marines at a time. Soon it's going to be 12 Marines at a time. And just mass Marine tank. Oh boy. And now this is a smaller map, true. Oh, as Kira moves out, Lings, they flood in. SCVs are going to be going down. Kira out of position. The Panzer down once again. Yeah, so far going to be 8 SCV kills. Very nice damage. 9 mining time. Kira turns back around. Does on siege for a moment, for a time. And so far this is a strong start for Shin. Yeah, very strong start. Kira's forced to give his reinforcements at home. Shin, he's going to reinforce around. As he's building up more Lingbane. He's building up. He's injecting. Here come those reinforcements. Kira's pre-siege. Oh, Shin going for a Baneling run by actually. And again, this creep is just buying time. It's just buying time. It's keeping Kira on the edge of creep. Has to slowly push forward. Has to slowly siege up. Kira does have reinforcements. Banelings, they attempt to roll in. They knock down the depot. And they don't quite get much damage done in the mineral line. Catching a couple of Marines, not bad. Gets a couple of Marines, denies more mining time. That's going to be... Oh, the tank! The tank gets surrounded. Massive pickup. Tank goes down. Ay, ay, ay. And Kira's still trying to push onto creep. But Shin is maxed. Shin, he's maxed out. He's maxed out in this 3-base soul and it's falling on its face. I mean, we've already lost so many SCVs. Kira can't even afford to make 12 Marines at a time. He's supply blocked. Those depots. The depots that were killed earlier. Kira, he's supply block. Lings, they move in once again. Shin, he's just all over this. Saying, mate, you want to all in me? Mate. Learn to macro. Oh my god, Shin. Just shutting him down. Time and time again. I would have to agree as well. I was favoring Kira getting to a standard game, but no, Kira time and time again, he just wants to send it. He wants to, and here comes this around. Lingbane from multiple angles. Banelings rolling forward. Fire army getting shut down. There's 1 tank remaining. Did I say 1 tank? Now 0 tanks. In saying that though, that did cost all the Banelings here for Shin. Kira, he can still keep this going. The Banelings are about to be denied. Still so close. Kira, he's overstemmed. Tank goes down. Just barely. Shin is holding on. What's he holding on for? The Banelings. And Banelings have a ride with those Banelings. Kira, you cannot push them to creep. Not without tanks, not without a siege. Once the Banshees, they do wreak havoc here on the Queens. Plus transfuse. There we go. Detection has arrived. Banshees go down. And again, Kira, he almost broke through, but almost is not good enough. And Shin will chase him down. Oh, the Banelings! Oh my god, brutal connections. Banelings connect. Shin, he keeps... he was about to keep rolling. He has to calm down, has to pull away, has to rebuild his Lingbane. You can see without Banelings, especially off of creep, Shin, he just cannot engage. Scan reveals the 5th base. And Kira, again, he's only just now saturating on 3 bases himself. Nothing wrong. Oh, attempted Ling run by. Shin getting into the mineral line, takes out the mule. That was a fresh mule as well. Kira, he turns everything back around. This is giving Shin more time to breathe, more time to build up Lings. More time to max out. Now Kira can still keep this going, which is impressive. Despite how many SCVs Kira has lost this game, he's still maintaining himself. He is now back up to 8 racks production. Tanks are positioning. Kira, he's going for it. He's going for it. Lings once. Oh, we've seen this before. Lings once again, they get into the mineral line. Shin, he will have to go with this expansion. As SCVs are going down, and this time the mineral line will fall. The entire mineral line and the reinforced the rally. Yeah, an unfortunate rally there for Kira. He does bleed out Marines. Bleeds out 13 SCVs. And what's important here is that even if this hatchery goes down, it doesn't matter. The reality here is that it does not matter. Shin, he's on 5 bases. And here we go, another attempt to surround. Tanks are going to be targeted. Enough Banelings, they make a pass. They crash into the bio. Oh, Shin has to be able to not overextend. Shin moving in. Oh, does overextend here. Yeah, scary moment for Shin. He has to back off. He threw away his Ling Bane. Shin is in trouble. And Curie sims in. He's going for the kill. He's going for the throat. Barely does nice some of those Banelings. Queens are trying to waddle in. Oh my god, other connections. Banelings, they trickle on in. They do connect. And Shin, he holds. He does hold on. Again, despite all the economic damage, it was still a very close hold. GG gets called, and Shin will take the series 2-0. GG. Whew. GG, well played. A surprisingly short series here, as we did have Cure going for the 3-base all-in twice. 2 games in a row, same build. Same build at a Cure, 2 base all-ins, 8 racks in game 1, 8 racks in game number 2 as well. And in both games, Shin, he was able to survive, he was able to persevere. Shin does claim the series, does make it to the winner's match. Let's go. Let us go.